Raj cleared PMP exam. He joined us in one-to-one mentor program and he cleared with all above target. Raj, was it 1 month or less than a month?
Yeah, it was exactly 1 month.
Exactly 1 month. And
Yeah.
that includes almost a week in which you didn't study.
Yeah.
It includes almost it
That's
includes
right.
also in general 2 to 3 weeks you cleared PMP with all above target. But that was a dedicated effort, that was a continuous effort, hard work, and the energy you put it, that was just mind blowing. So first of all, congratulations on clearing PMP with all above target. Raj, I'll get into depth of that, but few things I want in detail from you. You gave exam from home. Giving exam from home is always challenging. So can you explain the entire process, how you did that in home, please?
Yeah, when you take exams from home, the first thing is to make sure your environment is all fine, both from the laptop as well as the place that where you're going to take the exam. So first of all, run a scheduled test. The Pearson View has a way to verify that your laptop will be able to take the test without any interruption. When you use a work laptop, usually there will be firewall settings, VPN settings, which could block the exam. So please do run those tests ahead of your actual exam to make sure your laptop is well equipped to take the exam. And then setting up the environment is also good. So make sure you are in a closed room. And I have a family of 2 kids, so I made sure I took the exam at 4 a.m. in the morning because the PMP exam, it's all about focusing and making sure you read the question properly and choose the right answer. So even choosing between the last two options, which we will mostly end up with, is really critical. So having a calm environment without any disturbances or noises is really key. So that's why I took the exam at 4 a.m. in the morning when my family is sleeping. So that was really helpful for me as well.
Okay, so let's walk in the process. First, you check the day before, you check the system was okay. So when you came, log in 30 minutes before, walk through that steps.
Right. So I logged in 30 minutes before, and then again, I need to run some checks to make sure the environment is the same as when I ran the test earlier. And then, they will ask you for the photo ID validation. So I need to present either a driver's license or a passport, some kind of government issued ID. And then after that, I need to take pictures of my, place where I'm going to take the test. So the front view, the back view, the left and the right view, just to ensure, no one is in the room and it's a safe location to take the exam. And then after that, it will ask you, are you ready to take the exam? And, once you start the exam, the questions will be displayed and the clocker will be on the top right corner. So it will start from 2:30 and then it will be done and the timing will be, decreasing. So keep an eye on the timer and make sure you read the questions properly.
You did have 10-minute tutorial first.
Yeah, first, yeah, there was before that there was a tutorial.
First 10-minute
that's
tutorial.
An optional thing. If you want to take, if you can take that.
You skipped it. You skipped it.
No, I did go through it just to make sure.
10-minute tutorial. Yeah, right. Yeah, that is important. I always recommend to take because those signing in process, even you take from home, you take from center, that's like tiring thing. So those 10 minutes, you get the idea in 2 minutes. So 7 to 8 minutes, you can relax yourself. You can get into the context. Okay. So you started then 2:30 minutes. Then please continue.
Right. So yeah, once I took the tutorial, then I started off with the exam. Then it's broken down into 60 questions each. So you take 60 questions, after which it will ask you for an optional break. And even before that, it will once you complete the 60 questions, it will take you to the review page. It will show all the 60 questions, and if in case you're flagged anything, you can revisit it and update the answer if required.
Did you review any question?
No, I did not revisit.
How much time you took in completing first 60 questions?
Close to 80 minutes.
Close to 80 minutes.
Yeah,
that's my recommendation.
I was targeting, you already suggested, make sure 150 from 2:30 when you come to 150, make sure you complete the first 60 part. So I was keeping an eye on the clock. Exactly at 150, I was able to complete the first 60 questions.
Okay, so you took the 10 minutes break?
Yes, I did take the 10 minutes break, and I highly recommend that. Taking that.
Relax yourself. Of course, in the morning, the time you wake up, you had any cup of tea or coffee at that time or nothing?
Yeah, I started off with the coffee before I took the exam.
Yeah. No, in the 10 minutes, anything you did coffee or something or nothing?
I know, 10 minutes break. I just had some water. I relaxed myself and then I washed my face because it's too
Mm.
early for me. So just to make sure I'm
Yeah, to make
refreshed and
sure.
I'm
Yeah,
not tired. So I washed
yeah,
my
yeah,
face,
yeah,
just took a quick walk around and then relaxed my arm as well because it's
yeah,
cold out here. So, and then,
yeah,
I
yeah,
started
yeah.
taking, I just took a 5 minutes break. And after 5 minutes, I started taking
That's
the next
enough.
one.
That's enough. I recommend 8 minutes, but 5 minutes is also okay. You get a break, that is enough for that. So
Mhm.
next 60 question, how much time you took?
Next 60 questions, my target was 75 minutes. And I know pretty close to that I completed. I took 74. And then,
Then again break.
yeah,
Took
and
the
then I
break.
had another 10-minute break. And then the last 60 questions, comparatively, I think, the difficulty level was decreasing, is what I felt. I felt the first part, 60 questions were a little tough. And then the second 60 was a little bit easier. And the third, last 60 was, much more easier, is what I
Yeah,
felt.
for Wasim, I just before you, when you messaged me, I was recording the journey of Wasim, who just cleared, who also cleared today. So you are the second certified PMP for today, and third certified overall. One student cleared ACP Agile today. He was
Okay.
PMP. Okay, so I was recording his journey. So he was saying the second one was the hardest one for him.
Okay.
So it all depends from exam to exam. Okay, so most of the questions were single liner, two or four liner. How it was?
Uh, I would say it was a mix, like, it was mixed. At least, I thought a lot of questions were at least a four-liner.
Hmm.
Single line questions were pretty less, is what I felt.
The more four liner. Which
Yeah,
area
more
was
for
more dominant? Which area was more dominant?
process and people for sure. Process
Process
was
also
process, yeah, a lot of process, and then a lot
good.
of
Good.
people domain as well.
The process questions are also coming back. Good. That's
Yeah.
okay. So which marks were more relevant actually? 60 people, 60 process, 60 random, or the full 6 marks?
I think I would say everything was useful, but if I had to choose one, I would say the random mock was really really helpful
The
because it
random marks
covers
were
from all the topics.
okay.
But I recommend taking all the marks for sure, all the six
Yeah, yeah,
marks, three question
yeah.
banks.
Say all
That
six
was really
marks.
helpful for me.
Of course, it is important to take all them, and that's how you know what was more important. If you haven't done, how would you know even the first place? Okay, so which area was more dominant? Team, stakeholder, communication. Which area was more dominant in exam?
I think agile and hybrid was more dominant, and then yeah, team related questions were also more dominant.
The team related. When we say agile, was it more of a mindset of agile, or it was more towards Scrum and things like that?
Yeah, it was more towards I felt overall there was a lot of what would you do as a project manager questions, a
Of
lot,
course,
a lot of them.
of course.
And then with respect to agile, again, a similar kind of questions related to that. In this case, if you're an agile project manager, what would you do? Kind of questions were there.
Yeah, yeah. So were there questions on Scrum ceremonies and things like that?
Yes, they were. Scrum,
Any
Kanban was also.
Yeah. Any question on lean, XP, DSDM, Crystal?
No, no questions on lean or XP.
Sun model was there.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah. That's a question that is coming in Agile for many people. Sun model. Okay. Any question on MBTI or anything that we haven't studied?
No, I think whatever we studied is what came up in the
Hmm.
exam. Nothing
Any
was
any critical path question?
critical path. Yes, I think few questions were critical path related.
You have to calculate critical path into that.
No, there was no calculation at all. Overall, there was no questions with respect to calculation.
No CPI, SPI calculation questions.
Then, yeah, no
Okay.
calculation. There were questions on CPI, like whether it is
Yeah.
behind or on schedule, but there was
Yeah.
no calculation
No,
at all.
no calculation. That's a good relief for all the people. I had a batch and it was like cost schedule topic last night, so they were asking a lot of questions on this. I said it will not come further. Two students have exam. I will ask them tomorrow. So compliance questions were there.
Yes, compliance questions were there. At least I
Hmm.
remember 3-4 questions on compliance.
Apart from team, stakeholder communication was important.
Yeah. And yeah, stakeholder, and then there were a lot of risk related questions, conflict management related questions were there,
Hmm.
and
The team.
yeah, team
Hmm.
related.
Okay. So that's a good thing to understand in this way. So what is your final recommendation for our PMP aspirant?
Yeah, like I mean, when I started off, initially I was not confident as well, but I know as I get along the journey, it was much more easier for me. So looking into those journey videos of yourself like was really really helpful because once we go through that wide amount of documents, it's really tough to keep everything in mind. So that's where the journey really helps. It's kind of mapping everything together. So watch the journey videos. That's highly useful. And then the root cause analysis. More than taking the exams, spending more time on root cause analysis will try to get a better understanding of the concepts, which is more important for PMP. So that was also really helpful. So all the questions, you had a root cause analysis of why we should choose this answer. So going through that was really helpful as well.
That is important. That is surely important. Okay, Raj. Thank you very much for giving your time, and thank you, Bala, for suggesting Raj. Now, Raj, each one teach one is my mantra. If you have been listening to the videos, just the Bala did for you, just you seeing other people are doing for each other. Now you are more of a new groom in the group. I just shared your result, so everyone will be reaching out to you. Very specifically, Mandir will be reaching out. Many other people will be reaching out to you. So I hope each one teach one. You will help with them,
Sure.
and you wanted to go to with your family on a trip. Now is the time to enjoy. With
Yeah.
that, thank you very much for trusting us and best of luck for all the future endeavors that you are going to take. It was an interesting journey.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Amar. It was really helpful, and it was a pleasure working with you. And you're really
Same,
helpful and
same,
supportive in all this journey.
same.
Yeah.
Okay.